Hello YouTube, it's Michael here. I'm doing a special video just on my Street Fighter stuff. I didn't pull out all my Street Fighter stuff, but I pulled out most of it. And I'll just be going through some of the rare Street Fighter stuff that I own. I'm a huge fan of Street Fighter. It's always been a series close to my heart. I started with Street Fighter 2 back in the arcades. Let's show this one. I do wear this. I think it's a pretty cool shirt. When I owned a video game store, a guy came with a box of different video game shirts, and this was one of them. He had a Chun-Li one too. I kept this one, but I had like 50 of each the shirts. I think I paid $1 a piece for them, and it was really cool. And I sold them pretty well actually. I sold them for like $7 to $10 depending on what they were. But anyway. This first game I'm showing is the original Street Fighter. It's the computerized Street Fighter. I believe this was made in 1988. Yep, 1988. I cannot find this version anywhere online. Like, I've looked this up to try to find a price point for it, and this is complete from what I can tell. The only thing I found is a guy that was selling just disc 1 for $50, and that's the only piece I could find. You know, I definitely couldn't find this complete. I couldn't find it even with both discs. Just because he's asking $50 for it doesn't mean it's worth $50. Hell, this stuff even has the registration cards and stuff for it, which are pretty cool. I wonder what Capcom would do if you sent the registration card in for this, or if they're still in Sunnydale, California. But it's definitely a cool Street Fighter piece to own. And like I said, if anyone knows anything about this and can give me some more information, I would really appreciate it. Is someone like price point? I know they made different versions of this. You know, Fighting Street for TurboGrafx 16, the Commodore 64 they made one for. I think this one's for DOS or something. Come on, focus camera. Thank you. But this is one of my prized pieces of Street Fighter stuff. Just because I know not a lot of people have it. I think it's very cool. Alright. I'm not going to be unboxing this. I did an unboxing of some of this in my other videos, but I got the Street Fighter 4 Collector's Edition. And the Street Fighter Cross Tekken Special Edition. And then you obviously have to have a fight pad. I wish I owned the actual arcade stick. This one's kind of in rough condition. But as you can see, it fell apart there. I'll have to fix that. But it's the Akuma fight stick. Akuma is one of my favorite characters. It's lenticular on the front and stuff. It's a decent fighting pad. I use it mostly for all my PS2 fighting games. So, oh, it came with a little Street Fighter comic. It's a little bonus. I forgot about that. Speaking of Street Fighter comics, I do own some Street Fighter comics. I got into these back when Street Fighter 4 was coming out. These weren't expensive. I think they were like $3 a piece. The Street Fighter 2 Turbos had different art covers. There's 1A, 1B. I just picked up whichever one was available. So, you know, I'm not a big fan of Rufus or anything. Or Dan. Well, they made the Street Fighter 4 ones. Kind of cool. Not expensive. I know Mortal Kombat started to make comics and stuff. I plan to pick some of those up because I'm a Mortal Kombat fan too. This one was a really cool piece. It's called Street Fighter Eternal Challenge. It's got artwork and all the character moves, their specials, their ultras, for the entire series. You know, back from Street Fighter 2. They didn't do original Street Fighter, but they cover that in this. To Hyper Street Fighter 2 or Street Fighter 3, whichever came out last. So, but it explains each of the games that came out for it. It's got fan art, concept art, really in depth. Like I said, I think I paid $10 for this back at a half price books, and it's worth every bit of $10. I think it's super cool. You know, it's definitely good bathroom reading material. That's where I kept it for a long time. So, and you know, the artwork's very good in it. The next things I'm going to go through are some of the movies that I own for it. Obviously, there's the Street Fighter with Jean-Claude Van Damme. It was so bad that it killed Raul Julia. I'm just kidding. I mean, he did die, but I don't think that's the reason he died. It could be. Never know. Conspiracy theory. Next one's called Street Fighter Round 1 Fight. It's an anime set up in a comic book style. It actually was pretty cool. I kind of like this one. I thought the story was a little bit better in this one than some of the others. This one is my favorite. This actually came with the Street Fighter Anniversary Editions for Xbox and PS2. And that's Street Fighter 2, the animated movie. It's got like Alice in Chains and Silverchair for music, and the opening scene with Ryu and Sagat are freaking amazing. The animation style was great in this. If you're a Street Fighter fan, I highly recommend just watching this. I think you can find it on YouTube. And then there's this one's a double pack. It actually came with Alpha and Generations. Street Fighter Alpha, Street Fighter Generations, I believe. Yeah. They were okay. I didn't actually like the story as much as some of the other, like Street Fighter 2 or the Street Fighter Round 1 Fight. The story wasn't as good, like I said, but the animation quality is awesome. And then they actually made a TV series called Street Fighter 2 V. This is the entire collection. I know you can buy them separately and stuff. It's got quite a bit of discs in it. Let me move these. Just to show you, it's 4 discs. Every bit of 4 discs too. I forget how many episodes there are in it, but this wasn't expensive. I think I picked up this entire collection for like $15, and it was just a cool piece to have. Not as good as the animated movie, but the story kind of bogs down in the middle too. But it's okay. If you like anime and you like Street Fighter, it's definitely cool to have. And then I didn't pull out all my Street Fighter games or Street Fighter games or games with Street Fighter characters in them. I just pulled out some of them, but just to show you, I'll go through them like this. Obviously, you got the Street Fighter 3 Double Impact. This got Street Fighter 3 and the Street Fighter second generation or something like that in it. It's got 2 different games in it. Both are just a little bit different. And then they actually made a third installment called Third Strike, which is the best version of it. But it's these are for Dreamcast. I believe for a while Dreamcast is the only way you could play this. And then this is Street Fighter Alpha 3, which is the best of the Alpha series in my opinion. But it's a really cool one to have. I really like Alpha 3. This is a Street Fighter collection. I think I'm missing the manual. Yeah, I'm missing the manual for it. It's got a collection of Street Fighter games, just like it says. Alpha 2 Gold, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, and Super Street Fighter 2. So, it's harder to go back to some of these older Street Fighter games, not gonna lie. And a Street Fighter collection too. It's, this one is, it's got Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition, Street Fighter 2 The World Warrior, the original, and Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting. So they're just different iterations of Street Fighter 2, pretty much, which they made a ton of. Not that awesome, but it's just something. Then there's Street Fighter, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, which is, it's actually a puzzle game. This is the only, like, off game that I have included into this video. I could probably include all of them, but I decided not to. And then there's some of the 6th generation games. And that's Street Fighter EX3. I do not own EX1 or EX2. I kind of wish I did. Even though a lot of Street Fighter fans didn't like them. This is what I think Street Fighter, or Tekken Cross Street Fighter, is going to end up looking like a little bit, just better. I hope the gameplay is better. It's not bad. It's just strange for a Street Fighter game to be 3D. And this is the anniversary one. I think I showed this on my PS2 collection. It's got Street Fighter 3 Third Strike and Super Hyper Street Fighter 2 plus the Street Fighter 2 movie. Awesome value right there. Highly recommend this version. I meant the Dreamcast is awesome. I love the Dreamcast controller for fighting games, to be honest with you. But in their Street Fighter Alpha collection, it's got Street Fighter Alpha 1 through 3, including Street Fighter Alpha 2 Gold, and Super Gem Fighter, which is kind of an added bonus. Again, it's a cool compilation. Street Fighter Alpha 3 was the best in my opinion. So if you just want the best, just get Street Fighter Alpha 3. And then they made the anniversary collection for Xbox too. The Xbox one's rare. And then as you can see, this one goes in my collector's edition for my Street Fighter 4 collector's edition. You can tell it's got a collector's edition art insert on it. It's not really that much different. That's the only thing different on it. And then Super Street Fighter 2 Arcade Edition. I'm looking for Ultra Street Fighter 2 for our Street Fighter 4 for PS3 for a reasonable price. Manual's pretty thick in it. I'm kind of sad they're not including manuals in a lot of new games anymore. And then again, that's the special edition Tekken Cross Street Fighter or Street Fighter Cross Tekken special edition case. The art insert was different, definitely than the original. Oh man, something I didn't include, but I showed in my Saturn games. This is my Street Fighter Alpha. Not the best version, definitely, of that game. And then they made a ton of different iterations and stuff. Like in this one, you've got Street Fighter 2 in it. I think it's got the original Street Fighter as well. There's Capcom Fighting Evolution, which have a bunch of different Capcom characters from Darkstalkers, Street Fighter, a lot of Street Fighter games, and then one called Red Earth. I'm sorry, Red Earth, which I've never played that game, but it's cool to have that those characters in there. And then one of my favorite fighting games is Capcom vs. SNK 2. 44 characters, awesome game. And Marvel vs. Capcom 2, of course, is a classic. I do own the original Marvel vs. Capcom for Dreamcast. Also, I own every version of Marvel vs. Capcom 2. You know, I got the Xbox version, I got the Dreamcast version, I got the PS2 version, and Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, which isn't up here. But that's another version of it. But see, I own a ton of Street Fighter stuff. Love Street Fighter. Thought I'd make a separate video on this. That PC version is definitely rare. This one right here. I think it's a cool thing to have. Some of the animes aren't easier to find. You may find anything online these days. These collector's editions are cheap to pick up. This controller, there's other versions like the Ryu and Ken, Chun-Li and stuff. And then some of these games, the PS1, Dreamcast games are a little more on the pricey side sometimes. And, you know, the Street Fighter 4, the Ultra Street Fighter 4 is the best iteration of it. Street Fighter EX3, yeah, you either love it or hate it. And then, I would recommend this to anyone that's a Street Fighter fan. It is awesome. I'm looking for this 25th anniversary Street Fighter. It's like a huge box set collection. I think it's got like freaking 15 discs or something in it. It's just incredible. I think it's all video. I don't think there are actually any games in it, but I still want it. It was super expensive. I think it was like $150 when it came out. So I was looking to spend about 50 bucks in that, open or new. So, but that's it for this video, guys. I appreciate you watching. I'll be doing other compilation videos like this here soon. I think it's nice to talk about some of these series and give them their spot in the limelight again. So, but again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later, guys. Bye.